Did you ever tell her that she was going to go to jail for 90 days?
Okay, but you realize you're going to go to Cook County Jail for 90 days.
Witness the intense clash between a brilliant 200 IQ lawyer and a corrupt officer. Dive into the gripping interrogation of a lieutenant as he faces the heat for his actions by paying a hefty $100,000. Discover how a routine incident led to an explosive lawsuit as the lawyer seeks to expose the truth and dismantle the corruption.
Are there any emails you could look through?
Not that I can recall.
Text messages?
No.
Back in March 2018, a woman named Miss Amanda Bergquist had some traffic tickets to deal with at the Bridgeview courthouse. She brought her video camera but was told she couldn't film inside. So, she started recording outside. Lieutenant Milazzo and other officers noticed her filming, and they wanted to know why. Miss Bergquist didn't want to say anything, so things got tense. As a result, Lieutenant Milazzo detained her, searched her belongings, and brought her to the judge, who said to stop recording. Now, Miss Bergquist is suing the lieutenant, claiming her rights were violated because she believes she had the right to film outside the courthouse. That's what this interrogation is all about. Let's get started.
What could you do to help us to help yourself remember? I'd like an answer. Facebook messages?
It was just a standard policy dating back to after 9/11.
The interviewer is really pushing Milazzo to recall who told him about this policy. It's crucial because filming outside a courthouse is legal. It's only inside that it's prohibited. It's highly improbable that anyone has been detained for taking pictures since it's not standard procedure. It seems like Lieutenant Milazzo is stretching the truth to save face, avoiding the appearance of violating policy.
And does it say in and around the building?
It does not.
Right. It says in the building, right?
Yes.
So here's what happened next. In a surprising turn, Lieutenant Milazzo, if I heard correctly, admitted that what he did might have been wrong. That's something many officers wouldn't easily admit, but to protect his job, he quickly changed his tune. He said that what he did that day was right, because they didn't know what Miss Bergquist was up to.
If it falls under suspicious activity, then we can detain people and find out what they're doing and who they are.
Now, the conversation keeps circling back to suspicious activity. Lieutenant Milazzo keeps saying that he had the authority to detain people if they were acting suspiciously outside the courthouse. This seems to be his main defense. He's trying to justify his actions based on what he saw as suspicious behavior that day.
Is that the policy that you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Please, I'm going to hand you my highlighter. I'm going to ask you please to highlight the portion there.
The lawyer then challenges the lieutenant to point out any specific legal section that allows arresting people for taking pictures outside the courthouse. It's a critical moment, showcasing the prowess of a 200 IQ lawyer. In the intense exchange, Milazzo faces a tough spot. The interviewer swiftly disproves his argument based on the highlighted section. Milazzo realizes he was in the wrong. Let's see how it goes.
You told Judge Felice about the suspiciousness of the pictures and on the video camera, right?
Yes.
I mean, seriously, an officer of the law claiming he's barely familiar with the Fourth Amendment, that's a major red flag. The Fourth Amendment is vital to Americans, and hearing him talk about it so casually shows he might not be the best guardian of our rights. Now, here's where the clever lawyer really turned up the heat. He asked Lieutenant Milazzo if, under the same circumstances, he would respond kindly and politely if someone questioned him about what he was doing. Lieutenant Milazzo claimed he would, but let's be real, who stays silent when they know they're following lawful orders? It was a contradiction that couldn't be ignored. The lawyer didn't stop there. He posed a second situation. What if, instead of Miss Bergquist, another officer was in her place? Would Lieutenant Milazzo arrest that officer? The answer, a resounding no. It was another point for the lawyer and a tough one for the officer to explain away.
Did you ever tell her that she was going to go to jail for 90 days?
I believe we informed her the judge could.
He asks Milazzo about a crucial detail, whether he informed Miss Bergquist that she would be detained for 90 days, a claim she's making in her lawsuit. Milazzo, who hasn't been entirely truthful so far, suddenly claims he doesn't recall saying such a thing. However, given his previous responses, it's quite likely he said something similar, if not those exact words. In the end, the Cook County Sheriff's Office had to pay Miss Bergquist a hefty sum of $100,000 in damages. Out of this, $15,000 went to her attorneys. As for whether Donald Milazzo still works for the office, that remains unclear. Given the significant financial and reputational costs he imposed, it wouldn't be surprising if he no longer holds that position.